Howdy, hi everyone. Happy Tuesday or whatever day this is. Anyway, yesterday we did a broadcast on volunteering and we had a problem with the stream, so we're going to do it again. It won't be the same as yesterday, but it'll be fun. So, what we're talking about is volunteering for living a life you love. So, Bonnie and I have both volunteered for lots of different things, and it's enriched our own lives, got us to do a lot of things, and it's also enriched the lives of others. And so, we're going to ask you to consider what kind of things, or maybe in the chat, let us know if you volunteered for anything or if anything you'd like to volunteer for. I'm going to give an example. Bonnie's been involved with a program here for seniors, and there's a lunch on Saturdays, three Saturdays of the month. And I've been getting out and playing music for seniors in the senior centers with Dawn Chypyha. She and I get just go out and play some music, and have some fun with it. And we played for her lunch. So maybe Bonnie, you can tell me what you've been doing there.
Well, I've actually had quite a long history of volunteering, and it's actually got me jobs. And so what I'd love to say to you is, one time I volunteered at a health food store because I wanted to learn the industry. And the woman that owned the store, her name was Cheryl Hughes, and she allowed me to come in and work there for free. And I worked there one day a week for a year. You'd say, well, why would you do that? I wanted to learn how the business worked, health food stores. And I learned, not only did I learn, but what was interesting is the funding I thought I'd have for my store didn't happen. So I ended up being her general manager for 4 years because I volunteered. And I didn't work at my way up. I was at the top right away. So that's one thing, is if you in life, when you volunteer, there's many multifold benefits to volunteering. You broaden your network. You are offered opportunities that you might not have been before. You feel good when you volunteer. Good. You feel good. You feel, what do I want to say? The word is you complete something in yourself to help another person.
Yeah, you're giving back.
And so I love to food and the lunch that I help with 3 days a week, 3 days out of the month for a local service that happens to have a seniors program. I love the food and the camaraderie. It's really fun. I also was doing some walking with a gent, and that gentleman has moved on. So now I'm going to be probably helping someone else because I'm not close to my dad. If I were close to my dad, I'd be helping him. But it's really cathartic to help someone else and also learn about someone else. And maybe if you really want a job, go volunteer.
Go volunteer.
And it will be on your resume that you volunteer. And people respect people who volunteer. They get it. You're going over and above. You're going the extra mile in life.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who goes to a church, a Lutheran church, for 75 years. She's 90 some years old. And she brings baked goods on Sundays. It gives her joy to bake something and take and serve it to the people and see their enjoyment. So volunteering can be for yourself. It helps the other person. It gives you opportunities. And Greg's going to share his volunteering story because it's multifaceted and it's brought great joy to his life.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned volunteering can lead to a job. I've spent a lot of time in the music business, playing music and various things. And one of the things is, if you want to get involved with the music industry, that my friend Bill Allman will say, put on a black T-shirt and volunteer, move stuff around, just help out. So I've helped with all sorts of things, including I was a volunteer at the North Vancouver Arts Council for all sorts of events, including gallery showings, art in the garden tours, which had art, music, and a nice garden. Very rewarding, great thing to do. Also, quite a few food-related things, slow food cycle tours out of Chilliwack and Agassiz. Basically, people sign up. They got a little map, and they go ride their bikes for 5 minutes and stop and eat some produce or food, or visit a distillery or a winery or something, and and it's great fun. And a lot of things just don't happen without volunteers. Like if you're in a small community, the chances are you have a volunteer fire department. So, you get some training, but people are not getting paid. The Vancouver Olympics in 2010 had thousands and thousands of volunteers. If you were there, they had these cute blue jackets, and people directing you to find your event or get on the transit system, this subway, SkyTrain, all that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just really, if you've got something that you like doing, go into your community and find out where you can help. And maybe you have had some experience with trauma, and you might want to volunteer to help talk to people. All things like the little Big Brother program, Big Sister programs, those are all volunteer things. All sorts of events, and it can be very rewarding. And sometimes when things go a little bit south, in the economy or the world situation, they really need volunteers to help, and it can be extremely rewarding for yourself. Give you something to do and give back.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend who that is her joy in life, is volunteering. And one of the things, and it's slightly different, but it's really volunteering, she gladly gives blood very consistently, which helps other people. But she volunteers herself, her blood to others. She goes and helps with organizations to create a joy for people. If they have an organization that needs money, she'll go do that. She's very, very, very giving, and it gives her great joy. As we grow older, when we're young, we might be busy, but there's still time to volunteer. When we're older and say we're past 65, maybe we've retired, and we think, well, what will I do with my time besides watching TV? So I've seen people in hospitals at the front desk directing people, volunteering people, this direction. There's so many ways to volunteer or give back to humans, to other humans. We've all each have our own day where we might need help, and other people gladly volunteer their time, maybe to teach reading. That's a really good one. Or be walking with someone that needs to go for a walk. There's so many ways. Your Anne, his former partner, she voluntarily grows food for the food bank.
Yeah, so we were members of the Edible Garden Project in North Vancouver, and I've done lots of video stuff related to it, and I've also helped a lot. We built an urban farm in North Vancouver. The city gave a couple acres of land, and then that was built mostly with thousands of hours of volunteers, and a couple of the Great Canadian Landscape Company donated. They brought with equipment, and they bought, put in fence posts and built a fence and stuff. And then the actual planting and running of the gardens, mostly they have a couple of paid positions, but mostly it's volunteers to come in. And we also did things where build your own urban garden. We had a project to go build, if you had a spare laneway or a spare place in your yard, volunteers would come and bring materials and build a vegetable garden. And what Bonnie was saying is Anne is actually part of city property. For one, she grew vegetables, took everything in the backyard and made it into vegetable gardens. And then we have quite a lot of boulevard, but it's really city property. We got permission from the city of North Vancouver to plant vegetables there. We created vegetable beds, and that gets donated to the food bank.
Here locally in the small town we're in right now, Merritt, British Columbia, there's at least an acre, and they do gardening, and that is given to the food bank.
Yeah.
And so, there's a lot of ways that you can volunteer. And a lot of people might say, oh, I don't have time. Actually, if you'll peg out what you do, you'll find that you can find at least 1 hour a week where you could volunteer to do something. Yeah. So my encouragement is go forth, stay calm, and go forth and volunteer, because it will bring you bound to, for everything that you do out, tenfold back.
Yeah, and it'll get you out. You'll meet people, make connections, and just go out and and help. So
yeah. Help some. You
yeah,
don't have to help the whole world.
yeah,
Help one person.
help one person.
Yeah.
So we're going to change tack to be here. This series here is called Living a Life You Love. And we're broadcasting pretty much every day. We're going to work on a website, a blog, and a YouTube channel, and it's going to be everything from writing to we did one on LifeWave. Like Bonnie and I are LifeWave brand ambassadors, which is phototherapy products, health products. And if you're curious about knowing anything about that, just reach out and we'll talk to you about that. I've been helping people publish books, write and publish books. So I've got a website called writingforfun.online. And but if you've ever thought you wanted to publish stories about your family, publish a book, need a lead magnet, want some help with your marketing, that's the kind of thing I do. And just reach out and talk to us. So basically, the invitation here is if you need help, even just the cheerleaders for living a life you love, make an appointment with us, and we'll talk about, let us know what your big audacious plan is for your life, and maybe we can help you get there. And yeah, anything else you want to add?
Nope. Just it's great meeting you. I look forward to having a 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1. Just call us.
Just call us. Contact us.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.